ensure that your future is secure. It's a vote to ensure that this country is not given to corrupt. Don't think about us and people who will not work and ensure that this country is well governed, but rather a man who has vision. When you see great countries like America, the United Kingdom, and so on, they didn't get there by accident, my brothers and sisters. They got there through leadership. Leaders built those countries, and that is what we should be looking for in this country. That one leader who can make all the changes. When you hear of Lee Kuan Yew, Sheikh Al Maktoum, Xi Jinping, they are just human beings like us, but they have made so much progress in their country. I can tell you, and I assure you, every vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is taking Ghana to the next level, where in our own country we'll be proud and say, this is the Ghana we want. And I implore you. Especially for those of you who are coming from poor homes.
Please, let's give it up for them. Okay, thank you. Me pamocho ya papa ba be kasa. Ya ye wo chiro ya sremo mo ma aha enye di na ye mfa asupa entie ya papa. Please, let us kindly ensure that the place is quiet so we can listen to His Excellency. Thank you. Taxi driver. I have been a cleaner of dormitories. I have been a warehouse boy. I have been a teacher. I have been a professor. I have been a deputy governor of the Central Bank. And I have been the vice president of the Republic of Ghana, wanting to be president of the Republic of Ghana. So, this tells you that with God, it is possible. It is possible. You should not let anybody stifle your dreams with negative thinking. You always have to think positive and make it possible, because it is possible. 14 years ago, I wrote a book on the development of Ghana and Africa as a whole. And in the conclusion of the book, I made the point that Africa and Ghana has to get ready for the digital revolution. This was 14 years ago. I said we have to put in place all the structures to fully participate in the digital revolution that was coming. Because we missed the first industrial revolution. We missed the second industrial revolution. We missed the third industrial revolution, and we should not miss the fourth industrial revolution, which is a digital revolution. And I said, we should have a mindset of possibilities. For any country to transform, you need to believe yourselves. You need to believe that it is possible to do better than even the advanced countries in the world. And so, when we came into office, I set about putting what I had written many years ago in my book into practice, to put in place all the fundamental pillars of the digital revolution. The first pillar and the most critical pillar of the digital revolution is the digital identity. We have it here as the Ghana card. I knew right from the beginning that we had to move quickly to issue the Ghana card because it was very, very important in where we were going. Many people did not see the importance of it, and we moved very quickly. Today, Ghana has issued Ghana cards for over 85% of the adult population. Almost 18 million Ghana cards. Today, European Union, EU, has asked all its countries to issue the equivalent of the Ghana card by 2030. EU. We are ahead of many of the EU countries. The United States of America is only now discussing issuing the equivalent of a Ghana card to their citizens. This is the United States of America. But Ghana has issued the Ghana card, and we are one of the few countries in Africa that has done the digital identity card like the Ghana card, and we are one of the best at it. Today, the Ghana card is now being issued not only to babies who are born, but also the birth certificate is issued, the number is issued. Just think about it. Between independence and 2019, we only had 4%. And within 1 year, we've moved from 4% to 85%. The Ghana Card ID today is linked to your SNIT number. It is your SNIT number. It is your National Health Insurance number. And we are using it to stop corruption in the area of ghost workers. There are no more fake IDs in this context because your Ghana card is your foundational ID. If you go and try to cheat on your age, the Ghana card will catch you. Because of the Ghana card, we have been able to deal with ghost workers on our payroll. Why? Because every individual, I ask that we link every government worker to the Ghana card. Because every individual has fingerprints on the Ghana card. And ghosts don't have fingerprints. And so when we link the Ghana card to the workers' payroll, all the ghosts vanished. National Service Secretariat, there were 44,000 ghost workers on their payroll. 44,000. We got rid of them. We saved over 400 million Ghana cedis. The SNIT pension payroll for SNIT, we found 29,000 ghost pensioners. 29,000. We saved over 350 million Ghana cedis. 2 institutions alone, you are saving almost 800 million Ghana cedis. This is the power of digital identity. Today, if you are a student and you are taking a student loan, you don't need a guarantor if you have a Ghana card. You don't need a guarantor. Today, because we have linked the Ghana card, and we are one of the few countries in the world which has linked its digital identity to the ICAO database in Canada. Because we have done that, today, if you are a Ghanaian and you travel abroad and your passport gets missing, you can take your Ghana card and board a plane and come back to Ghana. You take your Ghana card, whether from China, whether from Dubai, whether from the United States, you board any plane, London, Germany, France, and come back to Ghana. They will allow you to board once they see the Ghana card. It's very simple, and it will be working before the end of this year. Before the end of this year. We are moving forward. And what is going to be even better by the grace of God when I am president next year, the application for passports will be different. All the information you need for the passport is on your Ghana card. All the information is on your Ghana card. Because when we were about to do the Ghana card, I asked for the passport form and said, make sure all the information on the passport form is also on the Ghana card form. And that has been done. So now we are ready by next year. If you want to apply for a passport and you have a Ghana card, you will no longer need to go and fill a passport form. Give your Ghana card number, pay your fee, and the passport will be printed for you. It's that simple. Put your Ghana card number, pay your fee, and the passport will be printed for you. And this is the power of digital identity, because we know it is you. You are the only one who has those fingerprints. And we already have everything, including your picture, on the Ghana card data system. The other thing that I said we needed to do was that we needed an address system for Ghana, because in any advanced economy, an address system is so critical. We did not have an address system. If you needed to go from A to B, they will tell you, pass the cocoa cellar and turn right. There will be a blue house, you turn left. And find a big 3, you turn right. And if the cocoa cellar doesn't appear, you are in trouble. So we then said that how do we make sure that all villages, all towns, everywhere in Ghana has a digital address and everybody can do it. We said, let's use the GPS system to go into a digital address system for the whole of Ghana. And that is what we have done. We have leveraged on GPS and we have put in place a digital address system for the whole of Ghana. There is no place in Ghana, water or land, there's no place which does not have a digital address. Everywhere has a digital address. So even if you are living in a shanty or in a kiosk, you have a digital address. If you go to an embassy, they say, where is your address? You put your digital address. You go to the bank, you put your digital address. It doesn't matter who you are. Everybody in Ghana has a digital address. And that is so important, because if you are even doing business, as a business person, you need an address. If someone wants to deliver something to you, you need an address. Today, if you take an Uber or a taxi or you are driving on a car, all people will tell you is that this is my digital address, and you don't need to ask anybody. You will go straight to the house. And this is what we have done in Ghana. And Ghana is the second country in the whole world to implement a digital address system. The whole world. We are the second country in the whole world to implement a digital address system. The third thing that I said Ghana needed was to make sure everybody has a bank account. Everybody has access to financial services. Only 30% of our people had bank accounts, but many people had Momo accounts. So I said, how do we make the Momo account just like a bank account? And when we looked at the Momo and the telco market, Ghana had a situation where you could only send money to people on your own network. Do you remember those days? If you had MTN, you could only send money to someone with MTN. You couldn't send money to someone with Vodafone or Tigo. So we said that let's do what we call mobile money interoperability, but with a difference, so that you can move money between the telcos and also between the bank account and the Momo account. Because it had never been done before in Africa, many people thought it was not possible. But I said it was possible. And so we moved on to implement mobile money interoperability. And we have succeeded. Today, you can move money between Momo and a bank account, and a bank account and Momo, and between one telco and another telco. Even if somebody sends you money from abroad, it comes down on your mobile phone. You don't need Western Union anymore. So what people thought was impossible has been made possible. And let me tell you that Ghana is the first country in the whole of Africa to implement mobile money interoperability between bank accounts and Momo accounts. The first country in the whole of Africa. And this is making Ghana the #1 country in Africa in terms of financial inclusion. In terms of access to financial inclusion, Ghana is ranked 100%. 100%. So if you don't have a Momo account, it's because you don't want a Momo account. The access is available. So we are ranked 100%, and our Momo account works like a bank account. In fact, today, many people don't even use their bank accounts. They are very satisfied with their Momo accounts. They do all the transactions like they would have done with their banks. So we are moving. There is no mobile money interoperability in the United States. There is no mobile money interoperability in Canada. There isn't. We, in terms of interoperability, what we've done in Ghana, we have moved ahead of many advanced countries. We have moved ahead of many advanced countries. And it is only now that the Federal Reserve in the United States is talking about interoperability. Only now, but Ghana has already done it. We have already done it. Then, another area I thought about was to bring in medical drones. Drones to deliver medicines in our rural and hard-to-reach areas. I reached that particular conclusion because my father died in very painful circumstances. He was in hospital, had a surgery, and was bleeding. And we needed blood. And the blood bank was closed. This was in Tamale Teaching Hospital. It was in the night. The blood bank was locked. We tried to find the operator of the blood bank. We couldn't find him. By the morning or before, my father had died. So when I heard, after this was way back in 2002, when I heard that there's a firm called Zipline doing delivery of blood, of medicine, of drugs, of vaccines by drones and saving lives. This was new technology. So I took my team and we went to San Francisco and went to have a meeting with Zipline and said to them, we want you to come and set up in Ghana because so many people are dying. Some people go onto the farm and a snake bites them. They need immediate anti-snake venom serum, anti-snake serum. And also a mother is giving birth and is losing blood. They need blood. So we convinced Zipline to come to Ghana. And Zipline has set up 6 medical drone delivery centers in Ghana. And each of these centers every day is flying about 100 flights a day and saving lives every day. And delivering to 2,800 medical facilities in Ghana. 2,800. They are serving hospitals and clinics and CHIPS compounds. 2,800 that they are delivering to every day. Now, what is so remarkable about Ghana's medical drones is that today Ghana is the country with the largest medical drone delivery service in the whole world. We are #1. The whole world. Ghana is #1 in medical drone delivery in the whole world.
We are leading. It is possible. It is possible. So the interesting thing is that a few months ago, this company called Zipline, who came to set up these drone centers in Ghana, a few months ago, they were looking for an expert to man some operations in San Francisco. And where did they find the expert? They came to Ghana to recruit one of our people to take them to San Francisco to lead a team on medical drone delivery flight operations. It is so beautiful. And what is so important to note is that all the drone centers are manned by 100% by Ghanaians. There's not one foreigner who is manning the drone delivery centers. Young men and women like you who have left university, have been trained, and they are manning the drone centers. Left the colleges, polytechnics, and all of that. So it is possible. We should never underestimate ourselves. Another thing that we have done, which we are the first in Africa to do, and we are one of the few in the world, is to network our hospitals and to digitalize the patient records. So far, you know, when you sometimes go to a hospital and say you want your folder, they may not find the folder, isn't it? The folder will be missing. So your whole medical history is gone. So we said, no, let's digitalize all the patient records across all the way to chip compounds. So far, we have digitalized and networked the records of all the teaching hospitals, all the regional hospitals, and all the district hospitals. By next year, we would have finished with the clinics and all the CHIPS compounds. All our data will be digitalized. But today, if, for example, they refer you from Cape Coast to Kolebu for any medical treatment, you don't need to take your folder to Kolebu. Just go with your ID to Kolebu. They'll put it in your system and all your medical records will appear to the doctor. We are the first country in Africa to do this e-health networking, and it is done by Lightwave. That is really major. And by next year, we would have finished all our CHIPS compounds and everything. So it is possible. We can leapfrog even the advanced countries, because what we have done doesn't exist in the United States of America. Because we are coming late and we can leapfrog all of them. Their systems are not integrated. We are integrating our systems. So we are doing things that frankly they are not able to do. And we are leaping ahead of them. We have digitalized the ports, we have digitalized DVLA, we have digitalized the passport office, and so on. Ghana has 1,517 MMDAs, and we have gotten 1,507 of them onboarded on one platform known as the Ghana.gov. So if you are looking for a government service, go to the Ghana.gov, find a particular MMDA you are looking for, and apply for the service on the Ghana.gov platform. You don't need to pay anybody any bribe. The computer wouldn't ask you, or the mobile phone wouldn't ask you for a bribe. One other thing that we have done, we have put all pharmacies in Ghana on one platform called the e-pharmacy platform. E-pharmacy has come live. Over 2,000, about 2,500 pharmacies are on this platform. Why is it important? Sometimes when you get a prescription, you don't even know which pharmacy has the medicine. You don't know. And you don't know how much it costs from one pharmacy to the other. And even if you go to the pharmacy, you don't know how genuine the drug is. So we have brought together the pharmacies, Ghana Health Service, the Food and Drugs Administration. If you receive a prescription today, you can go to the e-pharmacy, Ghana's e-pharmacy, and upload the prescription. If you upload the prescription, it will tell you which pharmacy near you has the medicine. Immediately, this pharmacy near you has the medicine. Which of the pharmacies has the medicine, it will tell you what is the price for each of the pharmacies in the with that particular drug. It will tell you the different prices. You will choose the pharmacy that you want and pay for it, and they will deliver it to your home if you give them your digital address. And because it's linked to the FDA, the Food and Drugs Administration, you know that it is genuine drug. You know it's not a fake drug. So this e-pharmacy platform, again, Ghana is the first country in the whole of Africa to implement the e-pharmacy platform. The whole of Africa. It is Ghana. And we are one of the few in the world. I've been researching where in the world we have the e-pharmacy platform. Very, very, very few. And therefore, we are at the forefront. I tell you, it is possible. We can become an advanced nation if we put our minds to it. We are doing things that even the developed countries are not doing. So you find that we are putting a premium on digitalization, but we are also putting a premium on education, because you need an educated workforce to fully participate in the fourth industrial revolution. And this is why we have brought free senior high school education. One of the most important interventions that our government has introduced. By the end of 2016, only 800,000 students were in senior high school. 800,000. That is, after 60 years of independence, we had 800,000. By the end of 2023, after we introduced free SHS, that is 7 years later, the numbers have increased from 800,000 to 1.4 million students. 1.4 million students. 1.4 million students. That is, in 7 years, we've added 600,000. In 60 years, we only had 800,000. In 7 years, we've added 600,000. That tells you this is a 75% increase in 7 years. And so it tells you so many people wanted to go to school, but they couldn't afford it. And the free SHS is allowing them to afford it. And recently, we have added 1 student, 1 tablet to make sure free SH students can get their tablets, can get all their textbooks on the tablet. And the tablets work with solar. So even if you are in the village, they will be charging it for you with the sun. So we are moving. Even the advanced countries. And by the way, I was going to say kukurudo. By the way, if there is no country in the whole of Africa that has done 1 student, 1 tablet for its senior high. Ghana is the first in Africa to do 1 student, 1 tablet. 1 student, 1 tablet. When I went to Estonia earlier this year, the president of Estonia was telling me, Estonia is probably the most digitalized country in the world. And they told me even they don't have 1 student, 1 tablet in Estonia. So Ghana is at the forefront of doing this. We have also introduced free TVET, and that is very, very important. And then when the nursing training allowances were cancelled, we said we will bring it back. We said we will restore the nursing training allowances. My opponent said he will not restore it. We said we will do it. We have done it, and we are going to make sure we pay everybody. 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 As for the allowance, it will drop. It will drop, as my friend Salif Hussain says. And the same with teacher training allowances. We will make sure everything is paid. Because it is important. We said we wouldn't cancel it. No matter how difficult it is, we will continue to pay allowance for nurses and teacher trainees. We will continue to pay the allowance because it is important for us. We value education. We have, as I said, done free TVET. Today, you are seeing that if by the grace of God I am president, we are going to extend free education to persons with disabilities at tertiary institutions. All persons with disabilities will have free tertiary education. All persons with disabilities will have free tertiary education, and we will now begin quotas in our employment for disabled people so that we care for them and make sure they are part of the job market. We'll reserve a quota for the disabled so that they are part, because they are some of the smartest people I know. And if we don't do a quota reserved for them, they will be left out in the ledge. And that is where we are going. We want to make sure Ghana, we prepare for the fourth industrial revolution. We are going to train 1 million youth in digital skills, ICT skills. 1 million youth. And they don't have to have a degree or a certificate. All they need is to be able to read and write. If you are a school dropout, we will train you. You will get coding skills. You will get software engineering skills. You will get software development skills. And you don't even have to travel abroad. If you have those skills, you can stay here in Cape Coast, in Gomofete, anywhere, Kasua, and work in America, work in Germany, work in Canada on your laptop because you have those skills. And so we are going to open the digital world to our youth. We will train 1 million youth and allow them to go in there and do so much for us. So we are going to do a lot. And this is why I keep saying that it is possible. We want to take Ghana on a journey of possibilities to make things happen for all of us. I know we've created 2.1 million jobs, the highest of any government since independence. But it is not enough. We have to create more. And we are going to focus on agriculture. We're going to focus on sports, on the pharmaceuticals, on the creative industry, and on tourism. These are new growth poles that we are going to bring into play to expand the job market for everybody. And that is where we are going with this. I want to bring my comments to a close by pointing out to you that there are a number of reasons why you should support me to become the president of Ghana. First of all, if you look at what I have done as vice president, everybody can admit that there is no vice president in the history of Ghana who has done more than Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. There is no vice president. There is no vice president in the history of Ghana. I can point to at least 33 different policies that I have initiated or championed. 33 different policies. I let you know that one of the policies I championed has come to life today. Free dialysis for kidney patients under 18 and over 60. Free dialysis. Another policy that I championed was free the hydroxyurea for sickle cell sufferers. We brought it under the NHIS. Another policy, the Kayaye training schools for Kayaye, they are now in place. So you look at me and you know that no vice president has performed as much as I have. So I'm asking you and telling you that if I have been able to do all of this in my limited position as vice president, then I can do better as president. I can do better as president. The second reason why you should vote for me is that I am a fighter of corruption. I am a fighter of corruption. I want transparency. And all that I've done in the digitalization space, the digitalization using the Ghana card to chase away ghost workers, save the country a lot of money, to digitalize services. Today, you can buy electricity from your mobile phone anywhere in the world. You don't have to visit. Even if you are in the United States or China, from there, you can buy electricity to your home in Ghana. That cannot happen in the United States. That cannot happen in the UK. They don't have they've not implemented those systems. So we are able to do things that they haven't been able to do. It is possible. It is possible. So I am a fighter of corruption. The third reason I want you to vote for me is that with me, you will have accountability. With me, you will have accountability because I am looking to be president for 8 years. It means after 4 years, I'll be back to you to ask for your mandate again. But if you vote for my opponent, after he goes on his honeymoon, you will not see him again. He will be there, he will just be gone for 4 years. There's no accountability. But so for me, you will get accountability. The other reason that I want you to vote for me is that with me, you have a consistent leader, an innovative leader, a problem-solving leader, a hard-working leader. That is who I am. I don't change with the wind. My opponent said that he will not do free SHS even if he had the money. He said it was 419. It will not work. Today it has worked. So suddenly he says he will do free SHS. My opponent said he will not restore teacher training allowances. It has worked. We have restored it. He said he will not cancel it again. My opponent said he will not restore nursing training allowances. And now he says he will do it. My opponent said we were insulting Kayayes by building hostels for them. Today we have done Kayaye training. He said that the one student, one laptop, which he was not able to do, was a way of bribing senior high school students. How can that be? So he is not consistent. I am consistent. I want you to give me the mandate. With me, you know, free SHS is safe with me. With me, you know, teacher training allowances are safe with me. With me, you know, nursing training allowances are safe with me. You know, free TVET is safe with me. One student learn laptop is safe with me. With me, I will transform this country. We are moving into the digital age, and I am the best person to take Ghana into the digital age, and we'll move forward. So, I'm asking you to give me the mandate. Let me take hold of the steering wheel. Let me take hold of the steering wheel. Let me take hold of the steering wheel and drive the vehicle to prosperity. Thank you very much. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Now, hold on. 1 minute. Your dynamic parliamentary candidate for Cape Coast North, Echo, OC, Harris, Echo, OC. Please support him. Massive vote for him. Let us come win that seat and bring him to Parliament so we work together. God bless you. Horace Echo OC is your parliamentary candidate for Cape Coast North. Thank you. Are you there? Yeah. Everybody. Ouch. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. We're just going to take a couple of questions, just one or two, quickly, and then we're out.
Good evening to you all. High school, the first batch of the free SHS. So indeed, it is possible. But Mr. Vice President, please, I'd like to ask a question. You are promising 1 million plus digital jobs. And I'm asking, how are you looking forward to bringing the youth on and the young artisans, and how are we going to get into the program that you are proposing, like ways you are going to help us join the 1 million plus digital jobs you are proposing? Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Vice President. My question is, what's your proposal for job creation for graduates with disability, and your vision on how to streamline common farm payments for PWDs?
Honorable Vice President, my question is, why should the youth of Ghana trust you with our votes? I just want to know why we should trust you with our votes. Just that.
All right. We'll take one more and then His Excellency will answer.
Okay, good evening, Mr. President. My question deals with sports. Because, Mr. President, we didn't hear anything about sports in your speech. So we want to know, recently some countries are developing their sports, and through their sports their economy is building. A common example is the Saudi Arabia. We could now see that they are promoting their sports very well, and they are earning a lot of income in that sector. So I want to know your plans for the sports sector as well. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. His Excellency will take the questions. Please, let's resume our seats.
Thank you very, very much for those very good questions. The first question had to do with the digital skills that we want to provide our youth to be full participants in the fourth industrial revolution. And the question is, how will all of this help artisans, and how we are going to actually do it? And we have already started the discussions right now, because this came just not off the wind, but out of careful discussions on what we need to do to provide digital skills to our youth. So there's going to be quite a number of training programs for the youth in ICT, in coding, in software development, and in software engineering, those general areas. And we are setting up a National Open University, and the National Open University is going to specifically be focused on two areas.
One is ICT, and the other is TVET. The TVET area is an area where we have focused a whole lot on since we came into office. We are the government since independence that has spent the most resources on TVET. We've spent 6 billion Ghana cedis in the last 7 years on TVET, which will be helping artisans. Artisans and skilled people need good training. And the TVET that we've done, we've retooled the 34 MVTIs that are existing, the 10 technical universities, and the 13 colleges, technical colleges as well. So we've done a lot in the TVET area to also bring in more skills. And the training that we are going to do through the National Open University and other areas will also help bring everybody who wants to get these skills, be able to get the skills, the training. And the training is not going to be something that is you are going to be charged for. We will give you this training for free, and you will be able to join the workforce either in Ghana or abroad with that training. The other issue is job creation for graduates with disability. And that is one of the things that I mentioned just before I sat down. One of the problems for graduates with disability is that usually when you leave them in the open competitive market, they don't get hired. They go for interviews, and when they are seen to be disabled, usually they are not hired. And so we have come to the conclusion, and which will come in my manifesto, that we are going to set in all government hiring quotas for the disabled to make sure that for every position you are going to require a certain number of disabled to come in, and that is how we are going to give disabled the opportunities. And the disabled, as I said, in the digital skills area can be skilled in those areas, for example, and they don't even have to go to a formal workplace. They can sit on their computer and be working from home. And so we open the opportunities for the disabled, and that will help. DACF payments for persons with disability. I think as with all payments so far, we have increased the DACF payments to persons with disabilities by 50% since we came into office. But we need to make the payments such that everybody receives it on time when they are supposed to. And we are discussing, along with all others, how to make this very streamlined. The youth in Ghana, why would they trust you to vote for you? I think that you just look at my record. My record is there for everybody to see. My record is a pro-youth record that I have done. When we pushed free senior high school education, it is something for the youth. When you bring in zipline drones, it is something for the youth to do. When you bring in the Ghana card in a population where you have almost 65% being a youth population, that whole digital identity is empowering the youth. And so when you create 2.1 million jobs in 7 years, the highest of any in any government in the history of Ghana, then you know you are pro-youth, because most of these jobs are going to the youth. When you do free TVET, it is for the youth that you are training in all of this. So you see that when you do mobile money interoperability, you know that a lot of the businesses in terms of the mobile money businesses, e-commerce that takes place, all of it is for the youth. And when you go out there to fight corruption with transparent systems, it helps the country. So we're making things, because when you look at it, you are making things easier for the youth. A lot of the youth don't have connections. They don't know big people to help them go through different bureaucracies. But if you put things online, you put things transparently, digitally, they can apply for a passport without a problem. They can apply for a driver's license without a problem. They can apply for a scholarship without a problem. They can apply for a student loan without a problem because they don't need a guarantor. So all the things that I have been doing are things that we are empowering the youth. You should go to the drone centers and see all of them are managed by youth. So I believe that I am the one. When I fight for nursing training allowance, I'm fighting for the youth. When I fight for teacher training allowance, I'm fighting for the youth. And so the youth can trust me better than my opponent who is canceling the allowances here and there and creating unemployment rather than creating jobs. So I believe you can trust me as far as your vote is concerned. Then you have sports. Of course, I didn't have enough time to talk about sports, but when I gave my big speech on 7th of February, I talked a lot about sports. We have invested as a government more in sports than any other government in the history of Ghana. Any other government. When we came into office, you had only 3 astroturfs in the whole of Ghana. The whole of Ghana, 3. Today, we have over 150 astroturf facilities. We are building 10 multi-purpose sports stadia. We have completed 6 of them, and we hope very soon to complete the other 4. We built the Boteman multi-sports complex, which we used for the African Games. First-class facilities. Completed the University of Ghana Sports Stadium, first-class facility. The rugby pitch, first-class facility. So in the area of sports, we have invested more and completed more facilities than any other government in the history of this country. And I believe, as I said, that sports is going to be one of the growth poles. If you look at many other countries, we need to expand our sports just beyond soccer. And this is why I have engaged the National Football League, the NFL, in the United States. I went to New York to meet with them, and as a result of that meeting, they came back and they have taken so far in the last 2 years 2 groups of 10 people from Ghana to participate in the flag football in the United States. So that we want Ghana to be a hub here in Africa for American football. And that is one of the areas that we are looking at expanding. And we need to expand other sports as well and invest. So this is where we are going. And so I'm very, very keen because of the economic impact of sports. We are very keen in expanding different sports into Ghana and making it happen. So I'm very, very keen to do that. It's one of those good growth poles along with tourism and creative arts and so on. So I think those were the questions. I would like to thank you all very, very, very much. It is possible. It is possible. It is possible. Let's do it. Thank you very much.